Hello and welcome. This morning we're going to perform Pugachev's Cobra. This is primarily used in air shows to highlight the Su-27's extreme maneuverability, although I know there are those who claim it can be used in combat as well. We have it easy in the sim. It's a bit more complicated in reality, as you'll see in a moment. To perform the maneuver in both reality and the sim, you must turn off the fly-by-wire system and take direct control of the aircraft. This is done by the flip of a switch, the direct control switch. In the sim, this is done by pressing the S key, or a button if you've mapped it to your flight stick. In reality, it's on the left panel under the pilot's left arm, right here. There's a safety cover you must flip up and then move the switch to the correct position. You aren't going to do it by feel, you're going to look down and find it. Notice also its location. You can't reach it with the throttles advanced. You must throttle back enough to expose the switch, then flip the safety cover and flip the switch. Once the maneuver is completed, you must again retard the throttles, look down, find the switch, set it to the fly-by-wire position, and finally reset the safety cover. This means that you prepare for the maneuver by finding the switch and turning off the fly-by-wire system, perform the maneuver, recover to stable flight, and then find the switch again, turn the fly-by-wire system back on, reset the safety cover, and finally move the throttles to whatever position you need them. It's a bit more involved than flying, as we do in the sim, with your finger poised over the S key. And a quick caution. The thing to keep in mind is that with the fly-by-wire system turned off, you have direct control of the very instability that makes the flanker so maneuverable. There is limited pitch stability. Your nose is going to constantly want to rise and fall, low aerodynamic stability, and increased longitudinal stick sensitivity. Moving the stick even a little provides a much greater reaction from the aircraft than you'd otherwise get. Okay, this morning we're going to fly this routine as if we were in the real aircraft. But first, give me a minute to get us all set up. I'm pulling up the sim's controls indicator right here. It shows throttle position, trim setting, etc. I want to mention that, in addition to the direct control setting, the longitudinal channel of the fly-by-wire system has two other modes, depending on whether the landing gear are lowered, as they are now, or raised, as they will be once we take off. This bar represents the G-force channel. When it's down here, it's turned off, which is what happens when you lower the landing gear. Once the gear are raised, it'll move up to about here, showing that that portion of the fly-by-wire system is again active. I'm mentioning that because during our flight, you'll see that bar drop to the bottom when we take direct control from the fly-by-wire system, and the G channel is turned off, among others, and later come back up when we re-engage the fly-by-wire system. I'm also going to change the HUD from navigation and route mode to the general pilotage mode. I know where we're going, and I find it less distracting. Alright, all set? Here we go. Advancing the throttles to full military power, brakes released, and rolling. Rotate, gear coming up, and there's the G channel coming up with them. Putting in a bit more nose down trim, getting our airspeed up, and pulling up into an immelman. Keep an eye on our airspeed. Coming over the top, rolling upright, throttle back a bit, find the switch, safety cover off and flip the switch. We now are in direct control of the aircraft. Notice how sensitive the nose is. Okay, the Cobra maneuver, here we go. Quick flick back on the stick. Our nose pitches up, release the stick. As our nose is dropping, pull back a bit on the stick. Bit nose down, find the switch, flip it back to fly-by-wire, and replace the safety cover. And there you have it. It's best to perform this maneuver with your airspeed between 350 and 400 kilometers per hour. It's easiest at those airspeeds to regain control of the aircraft. At much higher speeds, your nose is apt to pitch down through the horizon too quickly, and you won't catch it, and you'll find yourself flipped over onto your back. And there you have it, Pugachev's Cobra. Thank you. You have control.